The Speakers Bank Podcast. Our voices, our views.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Speakers Bank. Our voices, our views. My name is Joel and today I'm joined by Brock and Aaron, who will share their experiences of living as a carer with someone with a disability. Thanks, Brock, for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, I can imagine your life was turned upside down after Aaron's traumatic experience. Are you able to tell us a little bit about what your thinking was at the time and how you managed it?
Well, basically, Aaron was put into hospital with seizures, an infection on the brain which they couldn't find. So then he was put into a coma, and then he had his skull craniotomy cut out, and that's basically where it all started. At the time, I think it was shock. Like, we lived on adrenaline for days. And then what happened was they told us on Christmas Eve, 2006, that they're going to bring Aaron out of the coma and we may have to turn off his life support. So basically, you didn't know what was going on. You just went to the hospital every day and sat there and looked at him, and your heart broke in those days. So we got a lot of support from the hospital staff. They were all caring, and the biggest problem we had was no answers. And that wasn't from lack of trying. So they basically put him in ICU, and then he come through, fortunately, and then was transferred to the ward. So in that whole time, it was just despair.
And how long was he in a coma?
He was in for 7 days. 7 days.
I couldn't even imagine what you would have been going through.
Yeah, it was a huge amount of people there, but no one could see you. You're in there for 2 minutes at a time. It was shock. It was shock.
How did those events change your your life circumstances externally, such as work, finances, your leisure time? To quite a degree, I'd imagine.
It did. It changed my whole life. Early days when Aaron was sick, we had to make a decision what was going to happen. Either put him in a home, and as we know that young people in homes, they go to old people's home, there's no hope. So I decided at that stage to use all my long service leave, my annual leave, and go on a half pay and be at home for Aaron. So after he was in rehab, I got him out of rehab, and then we started at home, our own rehab. So
you did a week in rehab to sort of...
I did a week in rehab at Talbot.
To learn the
basics, because when he come home, he had a crash helmet on and no skull. So if he hit his head, that was instantaneous death. And I had to learn how to cut his hair because we didn't, with a helmet you had to cut his hair. And so I had to learn, and I went from an office manager or managing staff to being just a nurse and just an aide.
Nurse and house painter.
So it was tough. It was a shock to me. I used to tell people what to do, not have to do it. If that makes sense.
Did you get to learn those new skills? Was that like opportunities were there to do that, or did you have to search for that?
No. We learnt the skills from Talbot, and we had people in the background that I could ask. It was a struggle. For the first 6 months with Aaron, all it was be a nursemaid. We didn't do much in the first 6 months. And then we gradually started to improve.
And become a bit more independent.
Much more independent.
And did that Talbot have staff that came to visit, like outreach programs that came to see you?
Once we went from Talbot, that was
You're on your own.
We're on our own. We had our the council, but that was minimal.
Minimal. 2 hours a week.
So you didn't even really have anybody to refer back to if there was any issues or arose or? Well, so even that on its own is quite.
It was stressful.
quite challenging.
It was very stressful because I'm not a nurse, or a doctor, and because he was seizuring and he'd have seizures, I had to learn about epilepsy as well.
Wow. Well, this is kind of a similar question, but I think you've kind of just answered it to an extent. Were you able to find any external support to offer you any respite?
Not really. I suppose we could have looked into it, but Aaron was a handful.
Yeah.
And what did I do with him? And then so basically in the early days his mum would look after him every fortnight and give me a weekend off, which I needed by then. So they were the early days, and I'd have every fortnight off, and so I had a respite.
And the fact that you've you decided to do all this on your own anyway, if you're going to seek extra help, it's kind of like going backwards to an extent.
Look, early days I decided that I'm his dad and it had to be done, and I figured that even though it was hard, I probably would have loved it. You get from being a parent that you'd be as good as a professional.
Yeah. I think that makes sense to me. And I suppose you're fortunate that you have this, support of family and the holidays, the trips you go on.
Well, my family is my backbone. My sisters, and we're old, as you can see, and we still holiday together. So my whole back support is my family and my partner. And my partner, who is a nurse, that she's understanding, and basically it was, you look after Aaron and I just look after you.
And that support that you've obviously always had from your your family, that's obviously kind of, I suppose, helped with, kept you strong, kept you motivated during this journey.
If I stepped out of line, family can tell you, and I've got such a bond with my family that they'd pull me in if I was going, getting flat and down. They'd slap me. That was the best part about it. They wouldn't, like I said before, they didn't put up with anything from Aaron, they wouldn't from me either. So they pulled me into line. So it was great.
And also when I first heard it, we had Travis leaving with.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, yes, you're right.
So he also helped you. I can't remember that, but from what I've been told, that Travis was also a big help and you was a bit of relief as well, isn't it?
Well, when Travis moved in, my youngest son moved in with me.
Right.
So he was living part-time, and then he decided that he moved in full-time with Aaron and I to give me a break.
So that would have been a bit of a help.
Oh, it was great. And then I had a sounding board.
I mean, just having someone to chat to at the end of the day about, life in general.
Yes, because Aaron wasn't speaking very much back then.
What are some of the challenges involved in finding services to help support yourself as well as Aaron?
We were lucky that we before NDIS we had a slow to recover program, and we got into some very, very good people that actually wanted to help. So they gave us hints all along, and without them I would have been lost.
Especially John IT.
And some of the other people in the programs would say, if you don't go this way, go that way. And if you don't succeed that way, go that way. And so we zigzagged through all the politics. They cut it short for me, so without them I would have been lost.
That's great.
Yeah.
And did you have any, since NDIS has come into play, has things been, have you had any problems navigating through that, or have you already had your contacts in the first place?
I was lucky with NDIS. I've spoken to some people, and we had people there, and they helped me to start with. And then what happened then was they, because I had my contacts, we got more than ample from NDIS. I cannot fault NDIS whatsoever.
But that also gives you a self-management.
Yeah, I self-manage Aaron's fund, so I actually manage Aaron's funding.
Yeah.
And I found that it's been the best thing for us because I couldn't get carers. And what was happening with Aaron was I only had a little bit of funding, so he'd go twice a week to the carer, and he needed more stimulation. So I'd take him out, and we'd be at Macca's at night to drink coffee and talking and that. So with NDIS now, I've got carers every day. As you would know, the girls here, sometimes the carers bring Aaron to functions like this, and that leaves me at work because I have used up a lot of time and a lot of favours from work, getting off work. So NDIS has been the best thing for us. And we've had no problems whatsoever.
This talk actually worked out well because you're on
leave.
You're on leave.
So the timing was good. In what ways do you and Aaron like to unwind and forget about the stresses of life and keep that close bond that you've quite obviously got?
Well, I sail, so I do sailing, and so every fortnight in the summer I go sailing. So that's a break from Aaron. And I love sailing, so it just switches me off, and I don't have to worry about anything. And like I said, when we go away, there's such an amount of people around. I won't see Aaron, someone will take him up there and that. So we tend to de-stress that way. And once again, with all the carers he's got, by the time I get home from work, he's tired, so he's having a nap. So he's not demanding attention. So once again, the NDIS has fixed that problem for me because up until then, it was quite stressful.
All right, well, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate your time. Well, that's all the time we have for with this podcast, Our Voices, Our Views. If you would like to view more of our content, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook, Speakers Bank, and visit our website www.speakersbank.org.au. Also, if you have any topic suggestions or wish to learn more about Speakers Bank, please contact us on 03 9314 0988. Thank you.